Greetings Earthlings, Robo here, and today I thought I would tell you all about a wonderful game called GuildWars 2. This is another marvelous classic of a gem of a game as far as I'm concerned, and this video is all about explaining to you why that is. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I took my engineer. He's actually my favorite of all the classes in this game. There's quite a few classes. They're all very interesting. They're all very awesome. But engineer is just my personal favorite, so I'm going to go with him today. Alright. So yeah, there's definitely something about bombs and turrets and gizmos and gadgets and stuff like that that whenever I see an engineer class in a game, I'm always like, oh yeah, hell yeah, give me that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and, alright, this is not really a place that's appropriate for my level. First thing I want to tell you about this game, which is incredible, is the waypoint system. Check this out, man. This is the region that I'm currently in. These are the waypoints that I have. And if you zoom out, you can see this very, very detailed world map. Each one of these kind of rectangular areas is a different region with waypoints that you can just instantly use to go wherever the hell you want at any given time. It costs a little bit of in-game money, but it's not terrible. See, I'm gonna go ahead and just port directly to this place, the Penitent waypoint. I'm gonna go to a place that I used to like to go and farm. And yeah, first of all, I like the art style, I like the look of this game. That's usually going to be a thing. Excuse me. That's usually going to be a thing in these videos because art style for me is very important. Visuals are very important. And I feel like they can really make a big difference in a game. So, alright. Engineer demonstration incoming. So, first of all, that gliding that I just did, they added that with an expansion. It's 2 expansions ago they put gliding into the game, along with plenty of other things. So, first of all, the thing about the combat system in this game, the combat system is wonderful. You can dodge roll in any direction. You can just fire your abilities on the fly while moving in many cases, in most cases. And there's no such thing as mana in this game. You have a health globe here, and every single one of your abilities work on cooldown. So, say this healing turret, just put that down, and just start attacking this guy, like so. And this healing turret is just gonna continue to heal me. You have these tool belt skills. On the engineer, you have all these tool belt skills, which are determined by which skills you choose. So that adds a whole lot of flavor to the engineer, all kinds of extra possibilities that you can do. You've got these kits. If I do this, whoosh, I just clicked on the bomb kit, and now I'm in bomb mode. And this is kind of more of a close range set of skills. The bomb kit is one of the many abilities of the engineer that you can unlock, and it's many skills within a skill. That's the way all of these kits work. Like, this is the grenade kit. I just had to click on it to switch to grenades, and suddenly boom, 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 I've got 5 different skills here. So this here is an elixir gun. Beautiful. Elixir gun. You have sort of utility, kind of healing type skills, that kind of thing. See, this here is a big AoE area of effect that heals things. So that's beautiful. Use my tool bolt skills to dispatch of this guy real quickly. Boom, 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 boom. And here's a mortar kit. See, that's all AoE attacks, ground targeting effects. So that's what that looks like. And those are just the skills that I've chosen for today, and each one of these, not only is it a skill that consists of many skills, but they also influence these different cooldowns here that I have here, these toolkit skills, which are just awesome. usually for the most part. It's one of the things that makes the engineers so cool. They have a great variety of abilities that you can use. And guess what? Everything that I've just done, which, if you count all the different kit skills and everything, range in the many, many different skills that I'm carrying around with me right now. If you just switch up your spec, which you can do at any time, another reason why I really like this game, is one of the things that I really love about these kind of games is to be able to toy around with different specs. And this game has got you covered in that department, because you can do that for free. You just have to not be in combat, and you can tweak them however you like, whenever you like, and even just a tiny tweak if you wish. You don't even have to respec the entire thing. You could just swap one little thing out if you wish. So you can just make little minor adjustments on your spec until you find something that you're satisfied with. I'm just going to find a nice little safe spot to show you what I mean. So hitting H, that opens up this hero tab, and here you can see the different skill lines that I've chosen. So alchemy is a type of thing that has lots of like utility and healing effects and protective effects and things like that. The firearms line, this is basically all about firearms, but it also has other little passive effects that apply to all of your attacks, which is great. This is just pretty much a straight up DPS line here, just increases your damage. And we've got the explosives here that I've chosen as well. And for similar reasons, I've got these sort of passive effects that I've chosen that just makes all of my skills pretty effective. Things like explosions have chance to cripple and cause bleeding on hit, but I have a thing that, you know, triggers free explosions. Like this is every time I dodge roll, it creates a bomb. This thing here, striking a foe occasionally tags it for a seeker rocket, which counts as an explosion. So this line can give me like cripples and bleeds and explosions just happening no matter what I'm doing. So I kind of went with this very generic sort of spec that works with no matter what skills I'm using, but you know, that works out really nicely. At least for the sake of this video anyway. So that's another thing that's wonderful about this game. It's for people who like to try different specs and just toy around with different builds, etc. This is a good game for you. You'd really like it. And let's see, what else should I mention? Because there's this is another one of those games that I would feel safe giving it a 10 out of 10 review, because it is so polished. They figured out how to make the game just really polished, and lots of sort of quality of life upgrades that they've put into the game to just make it feel like just a fun experience, a fun, simple experience. I'm just going to go back to town here so I can be safe. And I want to show you the bag system, which sounds like a silly thing to bring up, but you know what? They did it right. Look at this. All of your bag slots are all merged in one big thing here. And you have this kind of gear up here where you can do deposit all materials, and boom, it just instantly sends them to your bank. And your bank actually has specific tabs for every single crafting material, so you never need to worry about running out of space for all of your crafting equipment. Not to mention, you click on this here salvage kit, you can salvage all this stuff. Salvage, 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 and so on. And then you can just click on this and you can go deposit all materials, and boom, it just sends it all to your bank. And again, you don't need to worry about the bank space. They actually added a bunch of specific spaces just for crafting materials, which is just awesome. So that's another thing you don't need to worry about. It's another one of those quality of life improvements that they put into this game, which makes it oh so polished. And I want to show you another one of those things, but I'm hoping there's people around so I can show you this next aspect of this game. Another reason why it is so incredibly polished. The grouping system is just spectacular. If you see somebody fighting, you can just join them. You don't need to team up with them, you don't need to do anything. As long as we all hit these guys, we all get credit and we can loot the bodies. And it works that way for quests, which in this game they have a wonderful thing called events, which are really just quests that you just have to participate in, and you'll get rewards out of it. You'll get XP, you'll get loot bags and stuff like that, and you'll get karma, which is a type of currency in this game. So that grouping system is just fantastic. If you see like 20 people that are all working on one big boss monster and it's an event, you don't need to say, hey guys, Add me, I want to be in the group. No, you just need to run up to that boss and start attacking him, and boom, you have participated. And you will reap the rewards for that participation. So grouping is not a headache in this game. Grouping is not a headache in this game, inventory is not a headache, waypoints are not a headache, and speccing isn't either. It's like they just wanted to make this game perfect, and they almost did it, and I seriously have a hard time thinking of any problem with this game. I just sort of, just for the sake of it, have to say it's almost perfect, because a perfect game is apparently a non-existent thing, and I wouldn't want to go out on a limb and say that this game is perfect, but god damn it, I can't think of a single problem with it. And this is another game that me and my friends have gone back to time and time again over the years. It just offers so much in terms of just fun and exploration and good gameplay, good mechanics, beautiful graphics, I think. A little bit dated maybe, but they look alright to me. I like these graphics a lot. Oh yeah, the world is very well designed. The topography of the world is very natural. A lot of places just kind of feel like cookie-cutter, copy-paste sort of places that all sort of don't look authentic. But this world, I feel that it is very, very well designed. It has an authenticity to it that is gorgeous. Like, look at that. See, it actually just sort of feels like an actual world, the way that they've designed it. They've painstakingly crafted the entire world. They don't copy-paste anything here. Everything is just built from the ground up and beautiful, I think. Look at this kind of oil slick on the ground here. I mean, that's pretty, if you ask me. So, yeah, I like the use of cool colors on this map. All the purples and blues and greens. Gorgeous. See this type of area here? I know that there's an event that goes on here quite frequently, but it just looks like there's nobody on today, unfortunately. But, I mean, this is a great game that's already stood the test of time. It's been out for several years, and there's still a bunch of people who come back to it and play it all the time. I'm one of those people, and another one of my friends as well. We've come back to this game at least 4 or 5 times over the years. Maybe even more than that. And, I think it's easy to see why. It's got fun gameplay mechanics. Whee! See that? Just gonna run around with this here elixir gun for a while. Just because it's cool. See, this... Oh, the combos! I didn't tell you about the combos. You have abilities that count as combo fields, and you have abilities that count as combo finishers, and depending what kind of combo field and what kind of finisher that you use in succession will determine what ability happens. That is super cool, actually. You know what? I want to give you another example of that. I'm going to go over to this Risen Grub over here. I'm going to put a combo field down, put a few combo fields down, and put this big blasty bomb here. And boom, see that area weakness? That's what I got as an extra effect out of that, because I comboed those two things together. And there's so many different ways, there's so many different combos that can happen, which kind of, I feel, adds a lot to the excitement of the combat, because you have all kinds of cool effects that can happen, in addition to your already many skills that you've brought with you. So, I'm just gonna mortar this guy down. He's a big dude, but my engineer can definitely take on this guy. He's not a problem. Boom, 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 boom. Throw a few grenades. How about that? So, yeah. Look at that. A little bit more grenades. I mean, it's a fun game. Now, one thing that's a little bit different about this game is that it's not a free-to-play. You actually have to buy this one. But once you've purchased it, you don't need to pay for any subscription time, and I think that right now it's relatively cheap to get the basic game plus all the expansions. It might set you back like $50 or something. But, I mean, it's a game that I've been playing for years and have gone back to so many times that you're guaranteed to get your $50 worth. Like, just leveling up one character alone, like, you should get your $50 worth. You know what I mean? But since I'm a specker, a person who likes to try various specs and stuff, and since I also am a bit of an altaholic, I have lots of alternative characters, I've gotten so much more time, like so much more fun time out of this game. So, you know, depending on what kind of gamer you are, I guess. Like, this game will either give you, like, at least a week of entertainment to, like, several years worth of solid entertainment, depending on how much you like to go back and try new stuff, as I certainly do. So, that's about it. I feel like I've pretty much covered all the basics of why this game is a masterpiece, and, again, I can't think of anything wrong with it. They added the gliding in the last expansion. They added some variety of mounts in the last expansion. I have this kind of leaper here. Boing! So he can do really high jumps like that. You know, in the more recent expansion, they gave you 3 basic mount types. So this raptor, for example, he has a long jump. Whee! So that's really good for getting across chasms and such. Let's take a look at... This one is really cool. I like this one. It's the skimmer. It can float over certain harsh terrain effects, like gaseous, sulfurous areas and stuff like that. It can hover over water. It's basically a hovercraft, this one. And you have this very long sort of glidey sort of jump with it. It also has like kind of a feel to it, like it's got a lot of inertia, kind of... You know, there's a bit of momentum. If I stop moving, see, it continues to move a bit. I kind of like this one a lot. That's probably my favorite of the mounts. Although I don't have the flying one. I wish I did, but it's really tough to get your hands on that one. This one's a jackal. So he just kind of blinks forward, and each one of these guys have other things too that I could go into more detail, but you know, gotta leave you some stuff to discover on your own. So that's going to be it. I've told you why this is an amazing game, and you know, there's so much more that I could still go on to say. It's tons of depth, lots of fun, very good value. You know, you got to buy this game, but you get a very, very good value. It'll keep you busy for a long time. So, you know. Alright, so that's going to be it. Thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure to introduce you to Guild Wars, and I am certainly hoping that you will give it a shot, because I definitely do think it is worth it. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and give Guild Wars 2 a shot. You absolutely cannot lose, I guarantee it. Alright, cool. Thanks you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.